Welcome back to The Lead. I'm Jake Tapper. It's a race with a little bit of everything. Mistresses, celebrity brothers, Bill Clinton comparisons, and of course, cardboard cutouts of Nancy Pelosi. South Carolina's special election battle between Mark Sanford and Elizabeth Colbert Bush is on the mind of political junkies everywhere. With voters heading to the polls Tuesday, Democrats are slamming the ex-governor. This new mailer from the House Majority PAC is just the latest attack launched on Sanford. The tagline, "Mark Sanford already embarrassed us once, don't let him do it again." Subtle. That's a subtle ad. Here to talk about the race, former Romney campaign advisor Kevin Madden, CNN political analyst Donna Brazile, and USA Today's Washington bureau chief Susan Page. So the Washington Post, Chris Cillizza, wrote this morning that Sanford is so susceptible to providing great fodder for Democrats that it might actually, in a world for the Democrats are pursuing, be better for him to win tomorrow, because then he's around, and no matter what happens, probably Colbert in that Republican seat can't last much longer because there'll be another election in November.
This is a ruby red district, and in ordinary times, there's no question that Governor Sanford would win this in a nanosecond. But it's a close race because of many of his personal troubles and the fact that...
Entirely because of his personal troubles. Well, I mean, there's no other reason.
His redemption tour might end tomorrow. Then he can get back on the Appalachian Trail. But I do believe that Colbert Bush is a different kind of Democrat. She's an independent Democrat. She's someone that resonates in the district. And this might be a good opportunity to, for once and for all, to show that Democrats can win red districts. But if he wins, there's no question we're going to have a lot of late-night conversations and some early morning coffees about Mark Sanford back in the House of Representatives.
He might win, Kevin.
Very much so, yeah. He has a good chance. I think when this race first started, where it was very competitive, I said the biggest problem that Sanford would have is that if he made this a redemption tour, if he made this a campaign about him, and he struggled when he did do that. And I think he's flourished when he made this campaign more about the anxieties that many of these voters have about what's going on in Washington and some of the things that they see going wrong in Washington, namely spending and Obamacare. Since he's focused on that, the trend line has been unmistakable, and it's been going in his direction. And as we all know, when we read polls, that's the most important
where the
part of
numbers
Where
are
is
going.
the trend line? That's right. And right now, he's got the momentum, and you always want to be the candidate with the momentum in the end.
And what do you think, Susan?
Well, you can tell the Democrats think that they're going to lose this because they're starting to describe why it is really a good thing if they do. Because then you've got Sanford as the face of the Republican Party, and you also do not have to defend a weak Democratic candidate in a Republican district in 2 years. Now, that may be true, but I think that tells you where the Democrats think this race is.
Is this one of these races, though, that it's difficult to poll, that people might say something to pollsters and then secretly... It could work either way, I guess, with somebody like Sanford who has this tortured history. I mean, obviously, the fact that Colbert Bush is female probably helps in this district because she wants to win women voters.
Sadly, the polls are sometimes wrong. Right? I mean, stunningly, voters wait and vote, and they don't always tell the pollsters the right thing, or the poll is sometimes flawed. So I don't think this is a race that it's safe to call one way or the other. But as you say, if you look at the trend in the same poll, in the PPP poll, you've seen a 10-point swing, I guess, in his direction in a couple weeks. That's pretty significant.
Yeah, and I think that's why in a race that shouldn't be this close. There was a good group of people that parked themselves in undecided for a while because they believed the candidate that probably should win was a bit flawed, and they've taken their time making their decision. But clearly it looks like they're breaking back more towards the traditional demographics of that district.